What up, YouTube? It's your boy Darius. I want to thank you guys for watching. You guys can be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. Now, we appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to your boy. Leave a like if you guys have any recommendation. Leave in the comment section. I'll get to it as soon as possible. What I'm about to do right now, I normally don't react to Fox News at all. I don't even watch Fox News. Ever. I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta do this because I want to get my take on Kanye West. So this particular video, it'll go to my opinion channel, my thoughts and opinion channel. Cause I have nothing to say about Kanye West BS and all this kind of mess. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I never react to anything Fox News related at all. But I gotta get my take on Kanye West interview. So I just want to be clear minded and what the word as but not biased, but the other one, unbiased as possible. You know what I'm saying? Give it fair and impartial, get things like that. But trust me, I do not watch anything with Fox News. I feel like, that news is hella toxic, and people, I don't want to say brainwashed, but they just easily deceived. They call themselves the most fair news, which we all know is BS. It's BS because they don't talk about much about, they only talk about, the conservative side, and I don't want to get too much on politics and everything. I want to let you know why I don't watch Fox News at all. And this is only my opinion, and I have every right to stand on this opinion. So if you come in my video and say, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to listen to it because it's all BS. But as for Kanye West, as you guys already know, the other day he had on the White Lives Matter shirt on. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say one thing before I begin. Nobody had ever said white lives don't matter. No one had ever said that. As a matter of fact, for the past, since the inception of the United States, when England first came here to Virginia, well, it's now known as Virginia, Plymouth Rock and all that. You know what I'm saying? White lives have mattered then and have mattered now. So nobody had ever said white lives don't matter. We have spent years saying white lives matter. As a matter of fact, since slavery in 1619, black people have said that their lives don't matter. Even after slavery. You know what I'm saying? With the Jim Crow law. They're still saying, they try to say, separate but equal. But let's be honest. They try to say black people lives are not equal. You know what I'm saying? They try to say black lives don't matter. That's why, a lot of black people, they got dealt with the worst of the worst. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just now we just finally say Black Lives Matter, where a lot of people that trigger a lot of people. Black lives do matter, and we have always mattered. It's just that you guys don't think that our lives matter. But I just want to get that out the way. Let's just listen to whatever BS Kanye had to say. So enough of me blah blah blah. I just want to get that out of the way. But enough of me blah blah blah. Let's get straight to the interview.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker
Carlson. Yeah. Shut
the
fuck up.
Kanye West. Wait, ignore him. He's a mental. You watch what we're about to show.
So we want to get straight to the interview. I don't want to hear what Tucker had to say. All right.
You just came from Paris Fashion Week. You just landed, and you have a lanyard still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
That's good. Nothing wrong with being pro-life. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you're pro-birth, really. Let's be honest. You're really pro-birth. Because if you're really pro-life, you know what I'm saying? You'll be like these anti-death penalty. You'll find a way to have more gun laws which can prevent more mass shooting. But let's be honest, you guys are really pro-birth. And that's cool. That's cool. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with people with being pro-birth. I talk about this on my Roe versus Wade video. But let's be honest, you guys are not really pro-life. You know what I'm saying? You guys are pro-hypocrite. But
boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen. I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50%
Is there proof of this? Where your stats that support this claim? You can't just say, well, I keep hearing this claim. There are more black babies that are being aborted than they're being born. But where are your claims? Where are your stats?
Of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm sorry.
Look, even Tucker is freaking laughing. He's laughing.
Just see why they want to make you be quiet. When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office, and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends / handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I like Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over.
Well, his career is still booming right now, so I guess they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's America. You can support whoever you want.
They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my...
I never heard anyone getting killed for wearing a MAGA hat. I probably heard people getting beat up, but I never heard one person getting killed for wearing a MAGA hat. As a matter of fact, let me look this up on my phone. Give me 1 second, y'all. About to look this up. You know, people getting, damn it, killed over MAGA hat. Yeah, look, I have never heard, I never heard one person claimed after, Memphis was shot and killed, Philly was shot. Let me see, they probably, even if it's just like one person, and I'm not sure if this person was killed because he wore a MAGA hat. You know, it doesn't sound like he was killed because he wore a MAGA hat. He was killed because there was a clash between them Trump supporters and the protesters. Like, I guess there was a protest going on. So for him to say people were getting killed over a MAGA hat, that bullshit. But I digress. I try not to curse because I want my mom to watch this.
Killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, okay, green light me then.
Well, Kanye is a celebrity, you know, like he has security guards. Ain't nobody foolish enough to go to beat his ass. You know what I'm saying?
God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, he made me for such a time like this.
Soda.
It's like with David. He tended to the sheep, but while he was out there...
Why do people always compare themselves to biblical ages? You know what I'm saying? Like, they always want to make themselves like, like just as someone that they're not, you know what I'm saying? Why do they do that? I don't know.
To fight all kinds of animals.
Except for the record, I'm sorry for pausing so much, but except for the record, I have nothing against Christianity at all. I think Christianity, when it's used right, is a great religion. I think any religion that is used right is a great religion. Muslim, Judaism, Buddhism, Hindu, just any religion at all. It's just when people start using religion wrong is when it started getting the bad look. You get what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of Christian conservatives, they don't use religion in a correct way. I think many of them are just hypocrites. Not all of them, but many of them.
It was time for Goliath to come. He thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And
I heard Goliath was actually 6'9". In other words, Goliath was like the same height as LeBron James.
The thing that I have is the position I have.
LeBron James needs Goliath on the team. Anthony Davis is too unreliable. He need Goliath to be the power forward for the team.
Heart. The number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference.
I've heard that on the church, and that's cool. I guess I have nothing wrong with religion.
Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
What you say?
Brought out at Paris Fashion Week. Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
That they try to sell tickets, you try to sell shows, you try to create more controversy. Let's be honest. Because why else would you want to say that? So we'll have people to talk about you. So we get someone like me make a reaction of you.
I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right.
So it feels right to wear a white light. I guess. Do you? That's all I gotta say.
A gut instinct, a connection with God.
I'm sorry for pausing so much, but just for the record, no, I'm not triggered. Someone gonna come in here and say, "Oh, you're triggered." No, I'm not triggered. You know what I'm saying? He has every right to his opinion. He does, and I have every right to mine. I have every right to respond to this. If what I'm saying, if what I say does not align with your opinion or with your take, that it does not mean I'm triggered at all. But I'm digress.
And just brilliance. Like as if you asked like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin.
Yeah. How she injured another figure skater.
For her to skate.
That was her, right?
In a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice. It happened in the real format, and that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real battles, and we are.
I don't think God would want you to wear a shirt saying "White Lives Matter." I don't think so. But then again, I'm not God. I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm not Muhammad or I'm not Moses. I'm not any of these people. I'm not a deity. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak for them. You know what I'm saying? But
we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless agenda. And
when you say godless, do you mean like what do you mean by godless? Do you mean like for the media to well let's be honest, most media are not fair and impartial, and that's include Fox News, but also NBC, CNN, and all the other news platforms. They're not fair and impartial. You know what I'm saying? But if you think Fox News is fair and impartial, you're fooling yourself.
Jokes in that work and this whole like, oh yeah, he's crazy and all these things, they don't work because the media has, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening, and they stay quiet about it.
What if they?
I want to answer the white.
Yeah.
I feel like someone.
But you're not answering so far. Answer the fucking question.
The comparison of
Sorry for cursing
about the White Lives Matter. My dad is an educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me today. He said, "White Lives Matter, ha 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 ha." And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, "Dad, what do you think it was funny?" He said, just a black man stating the obvious. And, my dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's
my dad does.
Super educated. We opened up a water distribution.
But just because somebody educated doesn't mean they don't listen to black or rap music. A lot of educated people will listen to rap music. Even Barack Obama listens to rap music.
Enter in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked every which way with all of his ideas, and he didn't have an endless bank account, and he didn't have Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like my dad is the most brilliant person that I know, and we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him because my mom was an actress, so she was a liberal, and my dad would see actresses who are conservatives. You know what I'm saying? Sarah Michelle, what's her name? From Scooby Doo, who played Daphne from Scooby Doo. She conservative. Yeah, I still like her. I still will like meeting with her in it. Things and say, we should do it this way. We should do it that way. And the people got around my mom and pulled her away. Much like, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 black children. And this is how fashion.
I mean, you know, granted, you know, one thing I do agree with Kanye West on this is that, you know what I'm saying, at a certain point you don't want to, you know, be a woman, and I'm not trying to be a man trying to say, well, women should do this, do that. No, I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think, like, you know, after a certain age, if you have kids, especially kids, they're gonna look up to you and everything. So you don't want to put yourself in the most provocative situation. You don't want to have your butt cheeks out, you know, and everything for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? Your kids, they're gonna look at that, and they're gonna look at you as a role model. You get what I'm saying? And that goes for guys too. Guys don't want to do anything, you know, like everything. Look at 50 Cent and his son's situation. You know what I'm saying? His oldest son. Now they don't get along because 50 Cent is still acting like a child. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, 50 Cent supposed to be that role model. I know 50 Cent is a billionaire. I know people go mention that. But, you know, you want to be like a role model that, you have to be a role model for your children. At a certain point, you have to grow up. You have to grow up and be a man or a woman.
To how they want to present her.
But at the same time, though, if you're a Christian, you know what I'm saying, you know, it doesn't mean you have to be a perfect person. Everyone sins. Everyone sins. You know what I'm saying? You're a sinner. I'm a sinner. Tupac Shakur, he was a sinner. Biggie was a sinner. Look. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Troy Harrison, Ringo Starr, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, MC Ren, Eazy-E, DJ Yella, Dr. Dre. Sinners. None of us are perfect. So I don't like that a lot of Christians had that holier than thou attitude towards people. You get what I'm saying? I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it feel like, oh, you have to do it. And in the meantime, a lot of Christians, not every Christians, but a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, they live in a hypocrisy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That was a movie that I watched with Regina King. That's on Peacock. It actually was a pretty good movie, by the way. And it showed the hypocrisy of Christianity in the black church. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, this is not everyone. Not everyone at all. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going to get a phone call from my mom sooner or later.
So I know you give these questions and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool.
But Kanye's not really saying much.
So you said that your father said when he saw the shirt White Lives Matter, it's great to see a black man stating the obvious. So by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that's my favorite response because I kept on thinking like, you know,
because it was never a lie to begin with. Where do these people get the lie saying white lives don't matter? Where do they get that part from? That's what baffled me. That honestly will baffle me. Where do people get this fucking lie from? White lives matter. You know what I'm saying? Reason why it would be controversial to say things like white lives matter. That's what a lot of people don't understand. What a lot of people don't understand that if you don't wear the thing like white lives matter, it like, you know what I'm saying, it bring the notion of white supremacy, of a superiority issue where they say, yeah, our lives they matter more than the black people's life. And we're gonna make sure that the black people pain and suffering and all that, they don't matter. That don't matter at all. Black Lives Matter had never been about white lives are just a piece of crap and everything. It had never been about any other lives say they don't matter. Black Lives Matter really means our lives matter too. You get what I'm saying? Our lives matter too. And our lives matter just as much as white lives, Hispanic lives, Asian lives, Armenian lives, Russian lives, Italian lives, any lives. Any life. That's not like that. Like that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why when people, they feel offended when people say all lives matter. Because even though it's true, all lives should matter. All lives should matter. I agree with that. All lives should matter. Even though it should matter, it can't matter until black lives matter. Did that make sense, people?
Well, they're looking for an explanation, and people say,
I'm on the rant, y'all.
You don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. Why?
Because like, and also because you want to sell more records. You want people to talk about you. Let's be honest. Why are you like circling around? Let's be honest. Like I don't think Kanye West even believe what he believes. I didn't think he just does these things so we can talk about it.
Do you think that's so? And I assume the implication is, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that would be considered controversial?
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat, and his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time,
I want to visit Delaware.
If they weren't the only black family,
I want to visit the entire like East Coast. You know what I'm saying, from Florida all the way to Maine. And if I want to travel across the entire country, but guess what? I'm black. You know what I'm saying? If I go to one of these, go to places like freaking Montana or Wyoming, you know what I'm saying? They're probably gonna follow my black ass.
we were one of the few,
yeah.
And he would be discriminated against because he was black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a black college. He would be discriminated against because they said he talked too white.
Yes.
And then he played the kick.
Unfortunately, that is true. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We have there are notions. You know what I'm saying? And of course, there are black people who want to deny this, but there are notions that saying if you talk too white or you act too white or you act like Carlton Banks. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're not black enough. That's why I always say, when I say Black Lives Matter, I mean all Black Lives Matter. Black lives, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what your background is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, thanks to that one drop rule, we are all black. All right, well, if you're driving a nice fancy car at night, it doesn't matter if you graduated from Harvard. You know what I'm saying? The cops can still look at you and they can still discriminate you. They can still beat your ass. Just because you're a black man driving a fancy ass Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? And that is true. You could be dark skinned. You could be light skinned. You know what I'm saying? You could be a most successful. You could be an educated professor at UCLA. You could be a drug dealer from the Rolling 60s. That it doesn't matter. So in that part, I do agree with Kanye. See, people, I could be fair.
So when he would go to the club and the music was playing, where would he clap his hands? Where the kick drum is.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of where everyone else was
exactly.
clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And
also, I just want to say this before I go any further. Just because you like things that is just quote unquote white does not make you any less black. See, I'm a black man. I love the Beatles. You know what I'm saying? Does that make me any less black? Hell no, not at all. You know what I'm saying? I like reading books about Kurt Vonnegut. You know what I'm saying? He's a white man. Does that make me any less black? Like what that movie is, Slaughterhouse 5. I love that book. Does that make me any less black? No, it doesn't. As a matter of fact, we need to get rid of that notion that, if you only listen to a black thing, you're black if you only listen to a black thing. No. It's okay to go outside. That's how you get educated. Because the world does not only revolve around us and our education. Of course, it's always great to be educated on black history. I agree with that 100%. You know what I'm saying? We should always learn about our black history. But it's okay to step outside and learn more about other history as well. Just as long as they're not racist, some piece of crap. You get what I'm saying?
Mom, when the schools suggested the herding systems, because what they do is take the black community and they separate us, and they separate the families and the educated. They push this need for higher education, and us as blacks, we discriminate against each other and say, well, I got my PhD and you don't have your PhD, so I'm better than you. And so my mom, she had a PhD, and she was influenced to move to the south side of Chicago and take this job at Chicago State University. And she told my dad, if you come for us, you'll never see him again. Because, the media ridiculed me for getting the house next door to Kim to see my children. And I never
knew that, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with getting a house next door. You know what I'm saying? Basically, when you want to see your kids, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a father, but I do believe that father should, I do believe in father rights. I do believe that father should be able to hang out with their children. I didn't think that Kanye West just handled the whole Kim Kardashian and the whole breakup situation. I think he handled this wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's saying things like, Kim K, you had diarrhea. Come on, man. That, at the end of the day, that's still your ex-wife. That's still the mother of your child. You know what I'm saying? If you go out in public, and do all these things in public, guess who's going to be affected? The kids. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I do agree. Fathers should have rights. I do agree with that. And he's a father. He should have right to his children. But there's a way to handle these. And I feel like Kanye West has handled that the wrong way. That's just my opinion.
And her new boyfriend. Because
Pete Davidson. They broke up.
To see my children. And that's how I knew that my mom had said that to him. I said, Dad, they moved us to one of the most agreed upon to be one of the most dangerous places in the world. It's almost like they tried to kill me or something.
I don't comment on that because I don't know their situation.
Why'd you never come to get us? And that's when he told me that she was told that. There's so many things that are put in Kim's head. They bring influencers. Like, no one ever knows where Corey Gamble came from. No one in the fashion world knows where Gabby came from. These people were practically made in a laboratory, in my opinion. And one of the things that they're really good at doing is being nice and being likable. And what they do is, for people that have some form of influence, whether it's an educated black woman like my mother that became the head of the English department at Chicago State University, or whether it's the most influential white woman on the planet, being my ex-wife, they have people.
Ain't she Armenian though?
That are around them at all times.
I was having a discussion with that with my buddy David. Shout out to you, David. I know he's gonna watch this video. You know what I'm saying? Aren't Armenians considered white, or are they considered Middle Eastern? Let me know in the comment section. I really want to know.
Telling them what to be afraid of. It's like not what to do or say specifically. It's what to be afraid of. And if you have a person that isn't afraid of them, like a Russell Brand or Candace Owens, right. It's not that we have to agree with this, but
they're not afraid.
They're not afraid to state what their opinion is.
Yes.
No one is God, and everyone.
And no, you should be afraid. Just like I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I know I'm gonna get a lot of negative comments, but I don't give a damn.
An opinion.
All right, so that's it. You know what I'm saying? This whole interview, I have no word for this. You know what I'm saying? What you guys think of this video? Let me know. Comment down below. Leave a like, subscribe to your boy. You can check out my previous videos out here. Peace, love, and rock and roll.